You don't want none unless you got funds, hun. And welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. In today's video, I have two super exciting things coming at you. First, we have my staple booty day exercises. The exercises that I put into as many leg and booty and hamstring days as possible to get that big, juicy booty pump. So I'm going to show you those exercises that I did on a glute and hamstring day. At the same time, I'm going to go through some of the cues of that exercises to make sure that your form is right. I know, and I get so many questions about form and making sure that my form is right on various different exercises, and it's really hard to do it through Instagram. So this is the perfect way that I will do voiceovers for these videos, where I will be talking through the movement and making sure I can give you cues on things to keep in mind while you're doing these exercises. So let's head into the gym.
Alright, so for this first exercise, I am doing a deadlift. I did put a band over my knees just for some added resistance, but you certainly do not need to. I am also using an easy bar, but you can use dumbbells, or you also can use the barbell as well. During this exercise, you really want to focus on hinging at the hips and sticking your butt back first. You want to keep a minimal bend in the knee and your shoulders back as well. So you're keeping your core tight. Oh, hi Timmy, making his way into the gym. So you want to keep your core tight through this whole motion and your glutes engaged the whole time. You don't want to do an ugly butt squeeze up at the top of the motion. You want to keep it nice and tight and engaged throughout the entire motion. Alright, next up we have split squats. So for this motion, I am doing 8 on each side. You're going to prop one foot up on the bench or on a couch. I am holding a dumbbell in the front in a goblet position, but you certainly don't have to if you didn't want to make it as hard for you. During this motion, you really want to focus on squeezing down all the way. The farther your legs are, the more it'll simulate a lunge. The closer, the more it'll simulate a squat motion. And just keeping it nice and engaged the whole time. Don't fully extend your knee at the top. Just keeping it nice and tight and engaged through the whole motion. I superset these split squats with single leg RDLs, so I'm holding a dumbbell in the same hand as the leg that is going back, but you also can do the opposite leg, whichever feels more comfortable. During this motion, you can keep a slight bend in the down leg, and you also want to keep your hips facing as forward as possible. You don't want them to turn open, so I stare at one spot on the ground to really keep my balance. You can do a little tap down, as you can see me doing in between each rep, but you don't have to if you can keep your balance as well. You're really going to feel this pull in the back of your legs and into that booty area. I absolutely love this exercise. It never gets easier. It works on your balance, but also you feel it in the glutes and hamstring. Hip thrusts are an absolute staple for any glute and hamstring day. Whoop, you can see sometimes it's harder getting up the bar than others to grab that balance. You really want to keep that pelvis tilted forward to keep it engaged the whole time. Keep your core engaged, your glutes engaged. Keep that neutral spine the whole time. Don't let that back arch, and really just work through the full motion. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes, squeezing your core, and then if you hold at the top like you'll see that I do, really make sure you can keep that neutral position even during this motion when I am doing my ab motion. Woo, it burns, baby. I superset weighted hip thrusts with some just regular banded hip thrusts just to feel that extra booty burn, because I absolutely hate myself, and man, oh man, was I dying by the end of this superset. Even just 10 of these bad boys, whew, they're going to get you feeling some type of way. I ended out my workout with some hamstring curls. You can do this lying down with the machine, up on a ball or up on a foam roller, and man, oh man, it is the perfect way to absolutely destroy your hamstring. Once again, keep a neutral pelvis, keep your spine neutral, and that will really help you to feel this burn. On a machine like this, it guides you, so if you're a beginner to this exercise, hop on those machines and it'll take you right through this motion, baby. Those are a couple of my staple exercises that I have been doing for about a year now during my glute and hamstring days, and I have seen such a good progress in that booty growth
So I had to share it with you guys, and I also wanted to go over some form because I know that's always a big question that I have. Now I wanted quickly to get into some of my measurements. Everyone is always asking what my measurements are, what is my waist measurement, my hip measurement, all of that good stuff. So literally all I'm going to be using for this measurement is just a tape measure, so literally any single one. I use this one a lot on different clients, but it doesn't matter. You can find these literally anywhere. I prefer this over weighing myself on a scale or any other form. I think that this is really accurate because you're going to see the progress and the changes that you want. When you're slimming down your waist and when you're toning your stomach, that number is going to go down in your waist measurement. When you're growing your glutes, that number is going to get bigger. In comparison, on the scale, the weight may increase, but it's really just muscle mass. So I think circumference measurements, for the most part, are actually sometimes a really good example of what your growth and what your progress has been. On top of doing body measurements, I also always take progress pictures as well. I don't weigh myself. I don't think it's good for me mentally. If you have a good relationship with the scale, you 110% can weigh yourself. I just don't think it is good for me mentally, so I decide not to do it. Progress pictures are a great way to keep track of your progress and how you look from one month to the next without weighing yourself on a scale. So you're able to see what your body looked like from all these different angles and progress pictures 1 month, and then let's say you're training really hard, you can see what your body and what your progress looks like that following month. That on top of body measurements like I'm about to do are a good way to track your progress without physically weighing yourself. So I'm going to do all of that for you right now. It's going to be a very real, very raw check-in for you guys. I have no idea what my numbers and what my measurements are going to be. First things first, I'm not going to do it in this big, bulky, adorable little comfy set I got going on. So first things first, I'm going to go change into a bathing suit, and that way I am able to get a better measurement of. All right. So I am going to do my physique update now. So this is like a very real, very raw, very like live version of me doing a physique update. I also have been taking progress pictures as well, but this is going to be a true way if you are comparing your size to my size in relationship to leggings or sports bras. You'll know then what my measurements are for my hips and my waist and all of that to kind of compare to know whether you should be getting the same sizes as me or not. So I wanted to start off with my hip measurements. So if you're taking your tape measure, you're going to take it and you make sure that you're using your inches side unless you're consistently staying in centimeters, and your waist is going to go around the smallest part of your waist. So you're just going to hold it, wrap it all the way around yourself, and you're going to pull it as tight as you can, and that number for me is 28. So my waist number is 28. You're then going to go to your glute measurement, so you're going to slide all the way down. Your glute measurement is the same thing as your hip measurement. So you're going to slide it down along the biggest part of your hips or of your butt, and that is going to be your hip measurement. So you're going to pull it all the way across, and my number is 42 for that. So 28 for the waist, 42 for my hip / glute number. The other two numbers that you can look at is your thigh measurement and your bicep. Whoop, attacks myself. Is your thigh measurement and your bicep measurement. So you're going to take the biggest part, whoop, of your thigh, wrap that bad boy around. 22.5 is my thigh. LOL, because my waist is 24 and it's almost the same size as my thigh. Thick thighs save lives. And then if you cared to keep track of what your bicep or of your upper body progress was, same way, you would hold it at one part of your arm, facing up, wrap it around. Of course, you can also get a friend to do it. It's much easier that way. Around the biggest part of your bicep, and for mine's right about 13 for my arm measurement. So it's a very real, very raw physique update. Just to keep in mind, I wear a size small in literally every single piece of activewear I've ever put on my body. Small on the tops, small on the bottom. Just so you know, so you can have my measurements. This is how I'm starting off 2021. I want to continue to hit the booty gains, to continue growing my upper body, and just keep my waist the way it is as of now. So, a little physique update for you guys. So I wanted to show you guys a very candid physique update of myself since starting the new year. I haven't done a physique update because in all honesty, it's not really something that I'm keeping intense track of right now. I'm just working out to feel good. I've been taking pre-workout, I've been taking protein, I've definitely been upping my exercise intensity, but I'm not doing it to look any particular way. So I didn't really do a physique update because I wanted to just do what was best for me mentally. I get so many questions on what my measurements are and what my measurements are in relationship to the sizes that I'm buying from specific companies. So that's why I thought that it was really important to show you guys my physique update right now. I am really happy with where I am at, and that is because that is what I have worked hard to do. Me showing you a physique update is not by any means trying to convince you or trying to tell you that you should make yourself or you should try to look like me. I am not trying to express that at all. You are so beautiful wherever you are at in your own progress. I think that is so important to stress to you, whether you are just starting your fitness journey, whether you have been working on it for years and years, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to gain weight, wherever you are at in your particular journey, that is perfectly fine and there is nothing wrong with that. Please don't for 1 second compare your body to my body. That was not the purpose of all of this. Measurements you saw, those are numbers that I have been working towards. They don't mean anything. I'm not in love with one number, hate another number. Those are simply just numbers. Those are my starting point for 2021. So if this is something you're interested in doing, I encourage you to do those 4 measurements, those 4 quick, easy measurements on yourself, just so you can check in from time to time and see, has the hard work that I've been putting in the gym been paying off? Are my glutes getting bigger? Or is my waist getting any smaller? I think that little measurements like that are a good way, and maybe sometimes even a better way than stepping on a scale, because the scale doesn't tell us what's muscle, what's fat, what's water weight, nothing like that. It simply tells us a number. So doing body circumference measurements or body progress pictures, I think, is a better way to show the progress that we've been making in the gym. So I am really happy. I want and need to encourage you, and I promise you that I will never stop encouraging you. So please be kind to yourself. Please be patient with yourself. Please be understanding and please be forgiving. Wherever you are at in your journey is perfectly fine. It has taken me a long time, 3-4 years of training very intensely to have my numbers look the way they have now. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They're simply numbers to me. They're my starting point for 2021, whether they get bigger or smaller. This is just where I'm starting at for 2021. So I encourage you, if you're interested, to do the same for yourself, just so we all have a starting place for yourself, and then we can look back at the end of the year and see whether our progress has gone up or gone down, whether we've made booty gains, whether we haven't, because we're all about the thick movement this year. I've definitely increased my booty size, and it hasn't been an easy task, but that's the biggest thing that I've noticed individually. So I just really wanted to be raw and be candid. You are beautiful the way you are. I have put on weight just like everyone else. It's sometimes really easy for me to take in because I understand that I'm training and it's also muscle, and sometimes it's really hard for me because I remember what I used to look like when I was having a really horrible relationship with food and exercise, where I would over-exercise, where I would under-eat. So weight is just a number. If you're interested in your body progress, I really encourage you to focus more on your body composition, your measurements, and progress pictures. I think you'll be truly better off. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up our video for today. I gave you guys a bomb diggity glute and hamstring workout, so you try that bad boy out and you let me know in the comments down below how your lower body is feeling, because mine is sore. I also am really happy that I got to share my physique update with you guys. I've never done something like this before, even though I've gotten a bunch of requests for it in the past. So this is my starting point for 2021. Our starting point does not by any means determine where we are going to end up. It is simply a starting point. Don't get so caught up in the numbers. I encourage you to do it if you're just curious where you're at. But if you are happy with just taking progress pictures, take progress pictures. This is your journey. So if you like this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe so you never miss another video that I post. If you haven't already, make sure that you follow me on my Instagram so you can see all the fitness, health, and lifestyle content that I post on there. And I will catch you guys here next time.